I can hands down say that the United States of America is the best country I've ever visited in my life, and it's honestly where I can see myself living. I want to move there. I want to move there right now. Things that I saw, the foods that I tasted, the people that I met, best thing to ever happen to me. And I wish I grew up there, because I can imagine that kids get a very good upbringing there.
Look how mental this is here in Texas at the minute in Austin, America. Look at all this here. Absolutely mental. You do not get this type of shit in England, honestly. Anywhere but England is better. Just look at this.
Honestly, Americans are so friendly towards us here. I feel like every time I leave the house with my dog, we get kind of, you know, idle little chit chat with people. And as soon as they find out we're from the UK, they're so enthusiastic about it. They're so curious. They're really eager to kind of start building a friendship, and they're so welcoming in a way that I just don't think would be the other way around. You know, when an American is in the UK, I don't think we take too much of an interest by and large. And it's such an incredible compliment. I feel so incredibly flattered by the way that we've been received, and yeah, it just makes you think about the way that we're perhaps not necessarily hostile to people in the UK, but we're certainly not welcoming in a lot of cases, I'd say.
It's only when you're out of the UK for any length of time and you come back in that you realise how fucking broken and how much of a shithole this country is. So I've been away for 10 days, took my girls to America, not been there for 13 or 14 years, and we went to the exact same place. In actual fact, I stayed in the same hotel that I stayed in 13 years ago. Now, when I tell you that the entire area is unrecognisable now than it was 13 years ago, and not in a bad way, in an amazing way, I'm not exaggerating.
I'm currently here in Miami, Florida, and it's made me realise how depressing the UK actually is. Here in America, in Miami, everyone is super happy, proud of their country, it's good weather, everyone's grinding, making content, trying to make money, become successful. There's no drive in the UK for that. Everyone's working Monday to Friday, going out on the weekends, spunking their wages, going to the pub. Whereas here, no one cares if you're making content, you're not getting judged, no one's hating on you behind your back. Everyone's actually just trying to help you.
American people are some of the friendliest people you'll ever meet in your life. I've been in Nashville now for 3 days. I'll get in a lift, I should say elevator. When I get in an elevator, oh, what are you doing here? Why are you here? And they just want to chat to you. And it's not even just like those little like awkward conversation areas like in the UK, you just look in another direction. Everywhere, like you walk down the street and someone will be like, oh, hey, where are you from? And being from the UK, that is something that you never ever experience. People want to avoid you at all costs.
It is absolutely crazy how the media will really have you believing that a place is completely different from the reality. And what I mean by that is, while I was growing up, all I ever saw in the UK, the media coverage of the US was always bad, saying that the people are rude, that it's not a nice place to go, that it's dangerous. And all of that stuff could not be further from the truth. There was not one time that I felt unsafe in America in a whole 6 weeks. A whole 6 week span of being there. Everybody I met was friendly. Everybody I met wanted to have a nice chat. The scenery, don't even get me started on how ridiculously beautiful America is.
Americans, we are in San Francisco.
Even though we were warned by a lot of people not to come here.
And I don't really understand why people were warning us and telling us not to come here, because this place...
It's really, really beautiful. Like the buildings, the houses, everything just looks so charming and really picturesque.
This honestly must be one of the most beautiful cities I have ever been to. Seriously, it is incredible.
So I've just returned to the UK from a wonderful trip. I'm super lucky. I've been away. But it's that fear back to the reality of the UK that makes the return so bad, because, you know, on arrival back, so I flew into Stansted and it was disorganised chaos. The minute literally as I stepped off the plane, you knew I was back in the UK. There were, you know how we love a bit of tape here to tape off areas. You know, you make your way through the slalom of tape everywhere. It was chaos getting off the plane. You know, the stairs didn't arrive, nothing worked. Both the escalators were out. So everyone was having to go up the stairs. You know, you got old people struggling with luggage. And I just thought, wow, really back in the UK where nothing works.
USA core. It wouldn't be a USA neighborhood without USA flags draped on every porch.